Ranked matchups always elevate the pressure. The heart beats a little faster. It gets a little more intense, particularly if that team across the field is a conference foe. And that's exactly what we have in this showdown coming up. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So UCF's offense will have the football first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. They'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Guns up, and so is the noise. The crowd electric trying to help Tech on this third down. Rush is on him. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. The Knights will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. So Texas Tech's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players you can... Impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Pulls it in. It's Virgil. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Let's talk for just a second about Texas Tech. For some teams, the road into the top 25 can be a little more treacherous than for others. And once you get there, you've got to convince the rest of the country you deserve to stay.
And I think that's what's next for this squad. They've earned the right to get in the top 25. People are noticing what they're doing. Now, let's continue to build on it because they haven't proven they're a top 10 team, and they want to get to that point.
Yeah, let's stay hungry. Let's not be satisfied with the fact that we just broke into the top 25. Let's get in the top 20, top 15, top 10. Let's make the college football playoff. Don't want to get ahead of your skis here too early. It's a nice thing to be inside the top 25 now, but you want to continue to get better.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
The Red Raiders will punt it away on fourth down. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Jackson will throw. They've got the screen set up. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush Hit him with the screen and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. He'll do it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and a great job by the defense, holding the line of scrimmage, playing downhill, playing responsibility football, making sure they shut down that option play.
Going to sling it on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Offense changing the play. On third down, going up top. The sure hands, it's Richardson. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Knights!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Looking for blockers. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. From the gun, running back on the move. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage, tried to put a little move on him, and it didn't help much.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
Looking downfield, it's Morton. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety. They'll get set for the free kick after the safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
And the UCF offense will take over.
Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him. But really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Looking downfield on first down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Well, we talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
Makes the catch. It's Douglas. And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on third and long. Sends it back in motion. Looking downfield, it's Morton. Wide open downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
third down, understanding exactly where the sticks are. You've got to stop certain routes so they don't get to certain depths. Quarterback completes it, gets another first down. Got to be a little bit more mindful of where those sticks are.
And the Red Raiders trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Motion from the back. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in the game.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll start this drive going to the air. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Couldn't find much room on the return, but what a costly miscue, and they've got it at the 26-yard line.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Back to pass. It's Morton. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
Makes the grab. It's Eakin. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Douglas. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. This offensive scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Caught behind the line. It's Douglas. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? It's complete to the right. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Off the play fake. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
Not only will he not get in, they'll stop him behind the line at the 4.
Offense is stopped. Will be a turnover on downs.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. There he goes. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. While we're only through 1, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the 2nd. So after the break, they'll go back to work. To the ground. He's got it again. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3.
And he throws another interception. His third one of the night. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38. Dropping back, it's Morton. Snagged in the middle, it's Eakin.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Red Raiders in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He's loose. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun to give to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
And the Red Raiders have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Pulls it and fires to the left. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the 1st down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the 1st. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
Trying to get it to the marker. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run, and you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down. 2nd down coming up. They'll send the back in motion. Jackson gonna throw it. Right on the money. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. Ball spotted at the 21. It's 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Got it set up on the outside. There he goes. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
And one of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback.
And it's his 4th interception of the night. Trying to take it back. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Red Raider.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And David, you know, it's funny, I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force the negative play.
Jackson will throw. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The Knights line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He's got great speed. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
So you get stuffed on first down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on second, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
Yeah, you got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? If they've been aggressive, okay, well, if they've been aggressive, I'll throw that deep ball. If they've been sitting back, I might sneak a draw in here.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
The Red Raiders need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got some room to run. A sweet return after the pick, and they'll have it at the 43. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Going right to work up top. And they're not on the same page there.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
Catch in the middle. It's Richardson. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. A 51-yard field goal is not really unreasonable in terms of range, but they'll try to convert on fourth down.
Man, when I was at Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in a game 4th and inches, and he'd signal in red snoop, quarterback sneak. It works every time.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Jackson gonna throw it. Finds his man. It's Nixon. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Thomas. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. The Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Using the quick game. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. He's got it on the move. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. This offense can get a jolt of momentum headed to the locker room if they can take the lead here. Quick strike complete. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, UCF!
What great execution by this offense. It looked like you were about to go into the half trailing. Now, with this answer, this scoring drive, you got the lead, you got the momentum, taking it into halftime. Nice job by this offense, executing that last drive.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Lubbock. And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this first half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, he's preventing that offense from doing so. A young man with all-American potential. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Jones AT&T Stadium.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him...
Snatches it on the right. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there.
And after that long completion for their first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
The give is to Williams. Plows through the defense. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
He stopped again, and he's had a busy night, if not necessarily a productive one so far. And the Red Raiders need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on third down. Back to pass, it's Morton. Quickly to the tight end. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And they go back on top.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He might want another play. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And he Makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
He'll pull it on the read. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Red pass, it's complete. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
Bought a little time, lets it go. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
This senior shows some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. The Red Raiders are moving quickly down the field. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Eakin. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
So now it's 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And again, stopped right in his tracks, nowhere to run.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
It's a turnover on down.
Jackson will throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
The Red Raider crowd rising to the occasion to help its defense on 3rd down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, 3rd down, 4th down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Well, this offensive line has got to do a better job. They've now given up way too many sacks. This poor quarterback is running for his life. They've got to shore up and do a better job on the offensive line.
That's caught. It's Eakin. He's got 1st down yardage as they move it to the 44. And the Red Raiders will hustle to the line.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
The play action fake. He'll throw it. That's caught. It's Eakin. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. The Red Raiders come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to pass. It's Morton. He'll take a shot. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Creates a little room. Lots of running room. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
And that is why this guy is a true dual-threat quarterback. You've seen him all game, hurting them with his arm, already over 200 yards passing. And how about his running ability now? And flashing that on the option play. There's a variety of ways he can take the game over, and the defense is figuring that out fast.
That's the end of the period, and it's Texas Tech holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Yeah, and this offense, that's what they do. Last week he had 2 rushing touchdowns. They're going to feature him. They're going to get physical, especially inside the 5-yard line. You're going to feed this guy the football. This offense has had success in the past giving him the ball.
All right, this offense just keeps trying to pound the ball into the end zone down tight, but the defense, they're very, very physical. So I think you got to think about either a perimeter run, a potential run-pass option, or let your quarterback try to go make a play throwing.
Trying to pound it in. They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollock.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on 4th down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys to execute, get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You'd love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
He'll bring it out. It's Richardson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Jackson gonna throw it. Bringing the heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Thomas. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Got it in the middle. It's Nixon. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Knights can really attack on this second and short. Gonna look downfield again. Grab near the marker. It's Thomas. Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Finds his man. It's Richardson.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Caught near the sticks. It's Thomas. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. The Knights come to the line in the hurry-up.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Jackson will throw. Finds the tight end. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Knights can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go.
Here we go.
Looking to fire. A little screen to the running back. Turning it on. Brought down after the catch at the 4-yard line. It'll be first and goal. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which colored jerseys they're wearing? And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And they don't get their hands on the ball often, but how about the big defensive line? When they do, it's fun to watch. It might take a while, Jesse, but he started to move that thing down the field.
He sure did. He just reminds everybody he's an athlete, too. This guy had some big-time moments in high school on the offensive side of the football, and he's living on defense in college. That's where he's going to make his money at the next level, but that was an unbelievably athletic play.
Looking for a man. It's Morton. Under fire. Using his legs to buy some time.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks. That's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response. Just a sack party.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Those defenders were seeing red, and the quarterback felt it and got down quickly. And the Red Raiders send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Just needs a crack to get a return. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Lost a throw on first down. Gets it to him on the screen. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. With the catch, it's Thomas. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They knocked him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Jackson gonna throw it. Pulls it in. It's Thomas. He's close to the first down, but they're gonna mark him just a little short.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field, but you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your second and third read some, but we got to stay aggressive.
Guns up, and so is the noise. The crowd electric, trying to help Tech on this third down. Quickly out to the tight end. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. Fourth quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
I just love the awareness there, understanding where he is. He didn't get the first down, but he gets out of bounds. He knows he has a timeout in his back pocket. So he's still putting his offense in position here to drive the field, score, and win this game.
Going up top again. They'll run the screen. Wide open spaces. He'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 33-yard line.
Where's the defense on that last play? It's a 2-minute situation. You've got the guy making the catch in the middle of the field. You've got to tackle him in bounds and keep this clock moving. Somehow they were able to let him get outside and stop the clock. That just can't happen.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking downfield on first down. The short hand, it's Nixon. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
What a great job by the quarterback working through his progressions here. In a 2-minute situation, he doesn't force it down the field if it's not open. Check it down to your back, let him go to work, and he comes up with a huge play.
He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, honestly. After that incompletion, now setting up third down, you still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
Hauls it in. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. Reads it, fires complete. Goes out of bounds, but they'll be set up with a first and goal.
What a great individual effort here in this 2-minute situation. He makes the catch in the middle of the field. He knows he's got to find a way to stop the clock. The only way to do that is to get out of bounds. He uses his speed and his vision, and he's able to elude the defense to save some time.
A two-tier job for this offense. First, get the touchdown, then the two to try to pull even here in the fourth quarter. Quarterback on the keeper. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this. in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Caught. He stopped right there, short of the first down, and this defense trying to preserve the lead. Now close